What is the latest?
You tell me. With this administration, you don't know. Look, I'm not naive. I think they're probably going to try again and again, as they did with Tish James and Comey and everyone. If one doesn't work, then they try something else, and that fails, and they try something else, and then they just don't give up because they want to save face. But I don't know what's next. I think what's next is that I have to be in it for the long haul, and just to be strong as always, and keep calm and carry on.
Because this federal magistrate judge said that they didn't have a case, basically. The Department of Justice said that they didn't have a case. I mean, the judge said the Department of Justice didn't have a case. But you think that it's not over?
No, I think it's not over. Because it doesn't matter if there's no law to fit. They will try to fit or retrofit something or go around a judge and just do it themselves. And it doesn't matter. And everything that they say pertains to protesters. I was not a protester. It's very clear about that. If you look at all the evidence, I'm not a protester. And so I think, Alisyn, not that I think I know, I was the biggest name. And so if they get a Don Lemon, woohoo, that's a victory. And also, I'm the one who put the information out there. Look, I have my personal feelings about it. I am a Christian. I am torn about it as a Christian and a journalist, but it's not for me to judge whether the venue's right. It's for me to just report the story, and then we can talk about whether the right venue or wrong venue, but it's up to me to chronicle what is happening in the moment.
Do you think you did anything wrong?
No, I don't, because I waited to go in. I told the folks, don't go on the property. I'm going to go check it out until if there is a disturbance. Then we can go in, because they've already created a situation, I believe, that makes it reportable. And
what does that mean if there's a disturbance? If the protesters?
If the protesters did that. So I said that to my crew. And so I went in just to see. And it started. And then other members of the press started coming in. And then when other members of the press started coming in, I looked over, and my guy, I guess that was a cue for him, and he came in, but I said, okay, I'll just start talking and saying, here's what's happening. But I was very strategic, and because I never got in the scrum. I got in once after I started interviewing everyone, and I let it play out, to go over to ask after, I think it was after I had spoken to the pastor and some of the churchgoers or parishioners. I went over to her and said, what do you think about what you're doing? And they're saying this, that you shouldn't be here, and blah, blah, blah. And I got her reaction, and then I stepped back away, and I just let it play out. I was not chanting or cheering on. If people didn't want to talk to me, I moved on.